The AcuMax tool is incredible from a lot of perspectives. Number one, it's really spot on. Number two, it takes 3 minutes to do.
It costs you a lot of money for turnover, and this product helps you to keep that turnover cost reduced. So we have to follow it. We have to believe in it.
Not everybody's going to believe it from day one. So the more into it, the more experience we had, the more feel I got for it. We don't really deviate from it. If the AcuMax points to door number one, we're not taking door number three.
In the last 20 years, I've never hired anybody without it. Once they see the company's not using it as a weapon or anything, they're using it to make us better, to get people in the right spots, to communicate more effectively, to provide the information in the manner in which people need it.
It allows you to interface with them better. It allows you to have more quality conversations. It allows you to spend time where you need to and not spend time where you don't need to.
I look to see their communication style. How does it work? How do they like to communicate? How do they process information? Because the success and failure, in my opinion, is tied directly to communication. The AcuMax, fantastic, because nobody gets interviewed without taking the AcuMax. So the first thing is it pares down who should we interview list from, call it 100 down to 15. I mean, I've also used it with, I've saved 3 marriages with this thing.
All of my upper managers and several of my middle managers have been trained and utilized the tool. And, you know, if somebody says, hey, let's bring this person in for an interview, and the first question is, do we have an AcuMax? And if we don't, we go and get it before we start the interview process.
It has definitely been a benefit in helping me gain some more clarity into some of the things that maybe aren't always identified through a traditional interview process.
I would say the biggest benefit from my organization has been the consistency of hiring the right profile for our management staff.
AcuMax helps me understand what I need to do as a leader within the organization to provide others what they need to be successful in terms of development, training, hiring, recruitment.
Where we could within the company, started to move people around. And somebody that was maybe an average employee where they were at suddenly became an above average employee because you put them in a job where they actually enjoyed what they were doing. It lined up with their profile, so they weren't modifying themselves to do the job.
If they make a hiring mistake, they can say, oh, the person made $100,000 and they were here for 3/4 of the year, so I just wasted $75,000 and there's benefits in there, blah, 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 and that's true. But there's an opportunity cost. They lost the opportunity cost, which is a question mark. So if you make a mistake from a hiring perspective, it's going to cost you a lot of money, and none of us want to do that as a CEO.
The sweet spot of building our own real HR hiring department, management department, was implementing the AcuMax so that we had a full system for hiring and onboarding.
Oh, I've recommended AcuMax for years. It's proven to me to reduce turnover and to help companies succeed.
I've been recommending AcuMax to people for a very long time. Anyone who, especially in these day and age, that people are struggling getting people, struggling developing people. We don't have turnover.
It's really saved me a lot of money. It's not even that expensive. I mean, it's really a relatively reasonable tool that brings a lot of returns.
It's a tool that helps us manage and run the business more efficiently. That's the key.
Go all in on it. Utilize, Jay and the team for training, for breakout sessions, to learn as much as you can about the tool. The more equipped you are, especially as a leader in your organization, in deploying that, the better you're going to be.
I would say, the first thing is I would trust it. There's a lot of skepticism with anything like this.
Well, I think it's 2 words. Use it. If people really give it a chance, they will love it.
Survey your family members or your friends, and you can learn exactly what you already know about them. Then you start believing, and you start having the faith in the product.
Constantly reinforce it and really get into a greater understanding of what the profiles, what the drives are, and what they mean, enabling you to use it to its full advantage.
At a minimum, You need to have your top managers, your owners within the company buying in, utilizing the tool, because at the end of the day, the folks who can have the most impact, your frontline supervisors, your managers, folks running departments, if they're truly utilizing the tool and giving other people working for them what they need to be successful, that's the true measure of success using AcuMax.